that Framingham is about 25 miles from Boston. 25 from 100 would be a perfect score. 75 is a passing grade. It makes sense. That's the kind of story that you often hear about athletes. And I tell that story because I want you to just look at the recipients this evening. Look at the people that this community is honoring about athletics. See if you can find the dumb football player who doesn't know the capital of Massachusetts. Besides, some of us. We're often presented with that stereotype. Rather, I think athletes reflect society. We're not all wonderful folks. Keep that in mind. Athletics have their share of losers. But I believe, sincerely, that we have them at a much lesser rate than the rest of the school population. There are some who revere an athlete almost as a deity. Some of the salaries they're paying professional athletes now give you an idea that it's just not right. But there are other people who look at athletes too, and they hold them in a different mode too. They hold them with disdain. And frankly, that's always offended me. And I call your attention to it now because one of the things we're talking about is what good are sports for a community. For instance, lots of troubled kids can't make it anywhere. Sometimes they give sports a shot. And sometimes they make it. Not always, but sometimes. And you have to look at why they were able to make it in athletics and maybe not somewhere else. There were rules, there was structure, there was a program, and usually a coach who cared. If we could produce that in the rest of our curriculum, I think we would really be proud of ourselves as a school community. And we are anyway. I think the success that some of your coaches have had are really, really significant. Sports builds self-confidence. And sometimes you can see a kid going around, he's cocky. And he wears that self-confidence in almost a belligerent way. Good coaches, good teachers, nurture that cockiness, nurture that self-confidence, and develop it. You know, when a coach has a squad of talented athletes, it doesn't take long to find out there's only one ball. Everybody wants it. You've got to learn you can't always have it. You begin to learn to play the other role. You find something you can do. Maybe you're the one who gets the ball. Maybe you're the one who blocks. Maybe you're the one who's the defensive shadow that really and truly can turn a ball game around. But anyway, we learned that. We learned to sublimate ourselves sometimes. But I think the idea of teaching confidence is something that athletics is at the head of the class in, and I want to call your attention to that too. All right, sports, I guess, also are so ingrained in the American life that they distort our reality. They cheat time. For those of us who were teammates, time has never passed. The songs in the showers, remember those? They're still sweet as ever. I'm going to ask you to do something with me just for a moment. Close your eyes. Let's see if we can remember who your teammates were. I can with my eyes closed. Benny Achillian was our left halfback. We had a guy named Roy Clark, a guy named Aaron Ruggiero, a guy named Billy Wickstrom. That was our backfield. I played one end. Next to me was Jack Egahigia. Next to him was Dick Greeno. Next to him was Phil Joannides. Next to him was Chet Crosman. Next to him was Rudy Hoyser. Next to him, my favorite football player, Frank Cousino. Just like nothing ever happened across 1946. These names come drifting back. They're part of me. That's who I am. They're part of me. They're part of you. How many of you passed that test? If you close your eyes, could you think of who your teammates were? Raise your hand if you could. Oh, we got a few. I think it's important you realize that kind of lesson happens. Now, I'm no longer a spring chicken, but from 1946 to this moment, I remember every single one of those fellows and all of the things we went through together. I think that, let's see, tonight is a special moment for some of our colleagues. I think they've reached the pinnacle through a magic mix of talent, interest, desire, and good coaching. And so, good coaching, when we say it, we talk about my coach. Joe Murphy was my coach. He was my mentor. He was my friend. There were so many things that he did for me. When my dad died, he took a very pro-active kid role in my life. And I think he did an awful lot to turn it around. And, you know, I wish he were here tonight, because I'd certainly like to just say, hello, Joe, thank you. One of the things that happened through that whole thing was that I was kind of a raw young man. I would get, you know, that thing they had up when they were playing the Star Spangled Banner and the flag whipping. That used to get my blood boiling. I had such a hard time controlling myself. And he recognized that. And he just talked to me about how you can put yourself under control. He talked about the splendor of the leaves. Oh, the odor of the leaves burning in the fall. Things that I probably hadn't even noticed before. But he also taught me to go out and knock somebody down on their fanny, and it helps get your nerves out of your system quick. So those are things that I think he made an impression on my life with that. And one of the other things I think I'll never forget, he taught me how to read a huddle. I didn't know what he even meant when he first said it. But he used to say, walk into the huddle and look at everyone's eyes. If you look carefully, you'll see somebody is saying, I want that ball. I can do it. Count on me. And you can read that. You can also read the kid who's saying, wow, I'm getting my ears better. I need some help. Or I'm afraid. And if you know those things and you can go and help a teammate, it's just like the rest of life. I think he helped prepare me to be a leader in this world, and I just will never be able to say enough thanks to him. In the dying embers of our passion for athletics, I think we have to remember that our ardor is not universally shared. When you leave this hall tonight, I sincerely request that you make an effort to keep what we've all had alive. Don't let those who come after us be deprived. Take a part in your community. Help the young potential Hall of Famers have their chance. Forgive me for speaking so long, but I thought I had a message I wanted you to hear. I want to thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.